All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give all honor and praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rakakadashai, Barak Shai for the shoot knowledge and wisdom. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are apostle elders at Great Millstone, to you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth. We're in the final days, 2020, the year of prophecy, which is showing itself to be so. Things are taking place day after day, moment by moment. Quarantine, 5G technology, martial law, all these things are on the horizon, man. All right, the beginning of sorrows. So this lesson is touching on Habakkuk 2 and 5, where it says, he transgresseth by wine, all right? I was listening to the apostle elders go into a few things, and, this scripture just came to the mind. So, Lord willing, I just want to go into it and just dive into it, because a lot of things are taking place behind the scenes when everybody's concentrated on this COVID-19 and this outbreak, because people are going to worry about self-preservation. That's what people are in the mode right now. They're in that early stages of self-preservation. Right now, the stores are open and, things are somewhat smooth running. But if anything gets out of whack, people are going to want to survive. They're going to want to preserve themselves. They're not going to worry about society and rules. All right. So this right here is the government track website. I just wanted to track the bills that have been passed while the COVID-19 is going on, and then just some of the bills that have been passed, like Economical Act. But a couple of them stood out quite a bit. And let's go right here. Broadband Data Act. All right. This Broadband Data Act was passed. It's dated for March 23rd, right? So if we go to the Broadband Data Act, it says bill to be required by Federal Communication Commission to issue rules relating to the collection of data with respects to the availability of broadband services and other purposes. So this is dealing with them tracking and gathering information that has to deal with your privacy, right? And this is some of the means right here. That's why this is part of his wine. This is a part of his wine that his philosophies, his democracy that he transgresseth by, because these little tiny rules and regulations that Jake don't read, because you got to read all of this. They say the devil's in the details, man. So somebody that sees all this, they're not going to want to read all this and be meticulous. But this right here, this is where you could slip in something that you could get to people. So this Broadband Data Act is talking about how they gather information on your personal details. But that's not the main thing, because right after the Broadband Data Act, we have the what? The Secure 5G Beyond Act. Secure 5G and Beyond Act of 2020. So it said beyond. So let's look up with the word, because words are important to Esau, man. That's why you can't go into a court of law and represent yourself without knowing what words mean. Okay? Because if you go into Esau's court system and you use the wrong word, you can literally incriminate yourself. The word is act of further Salakia, act or the further side of, happening or continuing after. See? That's why they use the word beyond. The word beyond means happening or continuing after a specific time or event. What's the time or event? COVID-19. So they're saying that this bill is going to go beyond the time regulated. So just like in the back in the day, where you would have to have like a refresher of the bill don't need to be responded to, because why? It's already been written in the law. That's why it says what? The Broadband and Beyond Act. See that? The words are in everything. So the devil's in the details. And it says Secure 5G and Beyond Act of 2020. So that's part of that stuff that he's written while everything is going on. All these things are being looked at. And then they have different acts and bills that they've signed in. But if you brothers always want to check, you guys can go to Law Tracker or Track New Laws, and just see what Esau's doing, man. But another thing I wanted to bring out was Jekyll Island, because the same time that everybody was on break and back in the day, they didn't have to do this intense type of thing because people weren't paying attention. So they could just do it on a so-called Christmas break or something like that. So this Jekyll Island right here, it says a secret gathering at a secluded island off the coast of Georgia in 1910 laid the foundations for the Federal Reserve System. So what? But he transgresseth by wine. His laws, that's how he's put in to affect things that will affect you through his wine, man. All right, through his slickness. That's just like a serpent. A serpent has to wait till it strikes. It has to be subtle. All right, that's why it says he was subtle than all the other creatures. Esau's the king of sneaky, man. All right, he's the king of being sneaky. All right, so let's keep going. That's that. And then also you have the King Alfred plan, because this is a part of his venom too. All right, this venom right here is going to affect you Israelites, because he has it in the books where he's going to literally do something to you Israelites when that time comes. And that time is happening now during these types of crisis or anything like that, where because Jake is going to get upset. Jake don't have no cushion. Jake don't have no safety net. Just like Esau has a savings. Esau can lose his job and be like, well, honey, I guess we're going to have to tap into the savings and use some of that. No, Jake don't got that, man. So this crisis, if it keeps going on, and Jake don't have no kind of help, they're saying help is coming. But if Jake don't have that kind of initial help, or Jake don't get it, some Jake ain't gonna qualify because they didn't pay it in taxes. They have those stipulations on it. They're just not gonna give money out to Jake and Jake just use the money because stores are closed. Jake ain't gonna be buying up Jordans, man. All right, ordering online, but Jake probably will be doing that. Sad thing, but Jake don't have that cushion. So in that time, this keeps going on, that's going to lean on Jake. So Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are on the bottom side of society, they're going to get restless, man. You're going to have riots, food shortages. It's already set. The plan is set. Everything looks good now, but it can change tomorrow, man. It can change the next day. You don't know what the next day will entail. So that's what Esau's got the full control of this thing right now, but it's really Yahweh Shem Yahushua that has the control over the whole thing. And it says the extermination of blacks in America, code name Rex 84. So I'm sure you brothers have read into it before. I just wanted to bring out examples on how he transgressed by wine, man. So now let's jump into the scriptures, and then we're gonna get up out of here, man. This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and verse 5, and he says, yea, also because he transgressed Bagad, all right, Bagad, all right, let me make sure.
Strong's H898. By Gad.
Yeah, Bagad.
By Gad.
It says to act treacherously, deceitfully. So that's what he's doing. He acts deceitfully, treacherously. That's why when everything's happening with this COVID-19, they're worrying about passing 5G, man. Technology coming out. That's the deceitful. It's sleight of hand, man. You have to it's watch one thing and then do it behind the trick goes on behind behind their closed doors. It says the act of treacherously, deceitful, deal treacherously, the act of dealing treacherously, faithlessly. So Esau is faithlessly doing this. He's not doing this for some higher purpose of the Most High. He's a faithless being, man. He's without faith. All right, he's outside the temple, man. He is profane. He is outside the temple. He's a faithless. This act that he's doing and different things that he's doing with the Illuminati is showing how much he is faithless. He's a carnal man. Because a man that knows that there's a higher power, because Esau, you renting this, man. Just like when you go to the gas station and you rent a U-Haul or you rent a vehicle, you renting this, Esau, and you paid with your life, man. That was your down payment. Just like you can't, golly. Hey, man. Esau, you rented this world and the down payment was your life, man. Just like you go to any kind of car dealership or any kind of car rental place or RV rental, any rental place, you got to have a down payment. Something that you put down for collateral, man. Esau, your collateral was your life. The Lord said, I'll give you planet Earth. The Lord gave you. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given. Who gave it to him? The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, gave it to Esau. But he didn't just give it to him. There was collateral. Just like with Jake, man. When we went into the contract with Yahweh Shem Yahshua, we had a collateral, man, which was us. We said that we will be your people and you will be our power. And the Lord said, if you don't do this, this is gonna happen to you, your children, your seed, your family, your generation. We put our whole family line on the line, man. The Lord said you gotta attain to these words, man. So Esau, when he was given this planet Earth, his down payment was his life, man. You just don't get nothing, man. Even in Esau's world, even when we made a contract with Yahweh Shem Yahshua as his people, there were still stipulations. So how much more Esau, man? So now the Lord, what's a down payment for? Let's look up that. I didn't know I was gonna go through this avenue, but hey, I love it, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is beautiful, man. The word down payment, or also called a deposit in British English, is an initial upfront partial payment for the purchase of expensive items such as a car or a house. It usually paid in cash or equivalent at the time of finalizing the transaction. So Esau, he put his life. Hey, the Lord said, look, I'll give it to you, but he said, give him the law, everything. But there was that back, just like if somebody wants to get you and a car dealership knows you can't make the payments, they'll sell you the car, but in the back of their mind, they know that they're going to repossess that car because you won't be able to make the payments. All right, that's a shoddy car dealership. The Lord set you up, man. That's why it says you were taken in a trap. He gave you the world knowing you would not be able to pay the debt on that world, man. You would not be able to uphold what it took to rule this world, man. The rulers of this world must go after the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. That's why he said what? That he said he will make us kings and priests. Why is Israel going to rule the world? Because we're going to be perfect in the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's why he's not going to take the rulership from us, because he's going to put the law in our inward parts, which we will never go off, where we would what? Always keep that equivalent value. All right? Because once we transgress and you sin, the value of your down payment goes down until it goes down to zero. So Esau's payment is down to zero. He has no collateral. He's in debt. Esau's in that bat yard, man. Hey, he's in that bat yard. He's dead. All right. So I just thought this is a little segue point. But let's go back in and read. And it says, but God, it says treacherously, faithless, deceitfully, offend. So he's offended in the acts that he's doing, man. All right. Let's keep going. It says, yea, also because he transgressed, he sinned, he treacherously by wine. Yayan. All right, we know wine is wine, but this is his philosophies. This is his democracy, the way he sets up his laws. This is how he's transgressing the people. He's putting the wool over their eyes by that law. All right. And he said he's a proud man, upright. Yep. Proud, arrogant, haughty. And that's exactly what Esau, man. He thinks that he's going to be able to do whatever he wants to do and there's going to be no backlash from it. He said he's a proud man. He neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desires as hell, which is the grave, and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto himself, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So that's what you're seeing here, man. Esau is setting himself up for failure, but he transgressed by wine, which is his laws, man. That's why people don't pay attention, because now he can get you. 5G is out. You don't, if you have a problem with 5G, you don't have, there's no way you can stop it. It's out. The bill's been signed, man. Trump signed it. Nobody was worrying about 5G when they were worrying about Corona. They were just worrying about if they were going to get sick. So that's the same that I was watching a video today and the nurse quoted it. She said, "This is our 9/11." A nurse in the video quoted this. She said, "This is our 9/11." So it's a 9/11 for the medical community, man, because this is a 9/11 because it's setting up something for an agenda for the next. It's an agenda of control. Esau is now wanting more control over the people. He's going to lock them down and to get out of your houses and to get out of this situation, to go back to a form of normalcy. You're going to have to pay, man. And you have to pay with something that's valuable, man, spiritually. All right, because if they let out this mark of the beast, you're going to have to take that mark to go back into society, man, and to have that form of normalcy. All right, so let's get a couple precepts. I wasn't going to get a lot of, I had a bunch of them, man, but I'm going to hit a few, Lord willing, until I feel like the point's been hit. But this is a banger right here, man. Check this out. This is the book of Psalms 57 and verse 4. It says, "My soul is among lions." Didn't it not say that the devil is like a roaring lion seeking who he may devour? So David was speaking in the spirit about the times that we've been living in. All right, let me start at 3. This is Psalms 57 and 3. "He shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach." So the Lord got us, man. Yahweh Shemi Shai got us, man. He's going to take care of us. All right. And it says, "My soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that set fire." Oh, Salakia, let me go to 53. It says, "He shall send from heaven and save me from reproach of him that would swallow me up." Salah, that's Esau. Because Esau wants to swallow you up, especially if you in this truth. Esau wants you, man. It says, "Whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongues are sharp swords." That's Esau's might, man. Because his military might is martial law is how he's going to take this place really over, man. He's going to take it by that sword that he's been given, which is his weaponry, man, which is his military might. That's that teeth of the beast. Just like the apostle elder went into. Verse 5, this is the main, verse 4. It says, "My soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that set on fire." Just like right now with this COVID-19, that's Esau, the elite, setting the world on fire, man. I can still like it, my phone rang, so I just want to jump back into this. And it says, "I lie even among them that set on fire, even as the sons of men," that's going into these nations, "whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongues are sharp swords." And that's what you see. Esau is out here setting fire to the planet Earth to set up his agenda, and these other nations are co-signing with him because they think they're going to get a piece of that pie in the new world order. It says, "Be thou exalted, O Yahweh, above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth." And he's going into his power, and his Yahweh Shai is going to come back in those chariots, man. It says, "They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me. Into the midst thereof, they are fallen themselves." And that's Esau, man. So Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to catch you up in your own madness. in your own treachery and your own deceit. All right. So, Lord willing, this is edified. And with that, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, and hearty shalom to you brothers that came and watched, man. I think I seen GMS Joplin on there, man. If you on there, bro, hey, send me a Google Hangout message, man. And to you other brothers on there, man, and all you Akim, we close, man. We almost at that line, man. Shalom, shalom.